Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. In this video, I want to share with you 6 quick tips on how to keep your berries fresher longer. Now I know that most of us love berries, whether it's blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, gooseberries. There's so many choices. And one of the most frustrating things is to think you've got a good batch, get ready to get some out of the refrigerator and eat them just to see mold and dark spots and all other manner of things. So what I want to do is to share with you some easy ways to get them to last longer with proper storage and get you to having them last at least a week and sometimes longer. But before we start, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, as well as my other videos on faith, health, and beauty all year round. So today, let's find out how to make those berries last longer. We're going to start with the first one, which is something I've mentioned in other videos, and that's by cleaning your berries and cleaning your fruit. I've recommended in other videos taking your berries, submerging them in water, adding a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and depending on the type of berry, letting them sit anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. What I would do is before soaking them, I would pick through the berries to remove ones that have mold and other berries that have indications of being spoiled. Then after soaking them for 5 to 10 minutes, I would place them in a colander or a strainer, rinse them with cold water, and then I lay them on a towel, and then I check through them again for any berries that you may have missed. Then gently dry them and place them in your container. And that really will help your berries to last longer because you've gotten rid of the ones that will cause other berries to go bad because they're surrounded by it. And you also reduce your chances of ingesting mold if you're in a hurry and you don't check your berries. You can store them in a plastic bag, unzipped and unclosed, or in a glass container without a lid, or even in the container they came in, as long as you clean that container and make sure they're dry before you put them back in. Another way to make your berries last longer is to freeze them. And I know that seems like, okay, that's really easy. I could have thought of that. But you want to make sure, again, that you wash and dry your berries thoroughly before putting them in the freezer. And frozen berries can last up to a year in the freezer. You can use them in smoothies, you can add them to cereal, you can cook with them, you can do so many things with frozen berries. And the great thing is you can save them separately, meaning by berry, or you can make mixed bags so that when you want to have an assortment at one time, like blackberry, cherries, strawberries, so forth, you've already got them in the bag ready to go. You can roast your berries. Now this is something I don't do a lot. And that means you can cook them with a bit of sugar and some lemon juice. And then you'll have quick homemade preserves. If you want to make a sauce or a reduction, you can add a little more water, juice, wine, etc. And that will work as well. And you can also put the berries into the pan, a dry pan, and roast them that way. You can use them on top of other desserts. You can eat them with cream, with yogurt, with any type of cheese, vegan or dairy. Another great way is to juice your berries. Berries that nearly have already gone bad, you can check through them again for ones with mold. Clean them and then add them to a smoothie or your homemade juice just by putting them in the juicer. Now this is not one I recommend highly because you get a lot more fiber and nutrients from the berries eating them as they are. But if you just don't want to throw them away or you want to add a little more flavor to a juice, throw them in. Now another way, of course, is by baking your berries in desserts. They taste good in so many baked goods, muffins, cakes, pancakes, You can even top your pancakes with them and you don't have to bake them in. And if you want to add sweetness without adding a lot of sugar or additional sugar, well, adding your berries to the loaves and, as you mentioned, muffins and custards and pancakes and making your own preserves is a great way to do that. I've even done the same thing with apples, where I've gotten a bunch of apples and I froze as many as I could, and I don't want them to go bad. Then I put them in that crock pot overnight with some cinnamon and sugar and apple cider vinegar and a little bit of sugar if you want them sweeter, and let them cook overnight. And then your berries, you got some nice jam. You can also, lastly, use your berries in a cocktail or a mocktail. And I like also adding berries to my infused water blends. I just take a 32-ounce jar and I add berries. I may add some lemon juice, rosemary sprig, and then I take the berries and mash them with a muddler. And then I add either still water, that's filtered water or clean water, or I add sparkling water and put it in the refrigerator. And that is such a good drink. So that's another way to make your berries last longer. So these are my suggestions. Do you have any ideas for using berries to keep them from going bad before their time? Let us know in the comments. And be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, as well as my other videos on faith, health, and beauty, Netflix reviews, and more all year round. My name is Julie. Thank you so much for joining me. Continue to be happy, healthy, whole, and also wonderful, my specials. See you next time.